Merry Christmas.
Thanks, but this gift, it's kinda half-assed.
What's wrong?
We still have cable internet, so our uploads are half the speed of our downloads.
So I'll be half-assed when I share my photos.
And I'll do a half-assed job updating my blog.
Wait, is
Fast cable internet. Only Verizon Fios comes with Speed Match. Uploads as fast as downloads.
Hey, good evening everyone, and welcome to the Life on Fios video recap. We are giving you the most important takeaways from tonight's Life on Fios Twitter chat. And tonight somebody is going to win a Kindle Fire HD X. So stay tuned for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And we will be asking you some questions and also asking what you learned on tonight's chat. One of the most important things we want you to know is that even if you don't live currently in a Fios market, you can move to one. So we are going to give you a map of the Fios areas so far in thrilled to have Suzanne Chan join us. She is in New York, and she is a longtime Verizon Fios customer. How are you, Suzanne?
Hi, Monica. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I have been definitely a long-time Fios customer from the day that it actually came into my area. We were anxiously waiting. I remember yet, but it's been, once you go to Fios, you'll never go back.
It's true. Now, I know that as a side note, you had a pretty hairy week this week. You were running around. You were in the hospital. You're also a nurse. Tell us a little bit about your lifestyle.
Well, yes. So definitely now the holiday times are very, very, very busy, and it's also December is just busy in general. It's also my son's birthday. One of my sons has severe allergies, and my younger one we actually just discovered had allergies. So we did take a little detour to the hospital recently, but we're all good and everybody's healthy and fine.
Excellent. That's excellent. That's great. And you are a nurse, right?
I am. I am a labor and delivery nurse, delivering babies, helping create new families.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely so fascinating. When I think every parent that's ever had a baby is so fond of that nurse that helped them deliver. Even though you may not see that person again, you always think of them fondly. So I'm sure you get a lot of good vibes from the people that you have helped.
Oh, I absolutely love every bit of my job. I think it's the most amazing thing to be there for that moment. There's nothing more amazing than watching a new mom or even a seasoned mom deliver their baby. It's such a beautiful moment that I just love reliving again and again.
Yeah, it's great. That is so great. Now, when you first got Fios, did you have access to just internet, or did you also have access to your TV service? What services do you have?
Well, we did have, actually no, we got the whole bundle. It was like the whole bundle, everything. So yeah, so we had the telephone, we did the triple play before they had the triple play. It was like the telephone, the internet, and our TV service.
Yeah, that is so great. You know, in our area, there wasn't any, they started out with just internet. So in some markets, you can get just the internet. In some markets, you can get triple play, which basically means your voice, so line, your phone line, and TV, and also obviously the fastest internet. Let me ask you something that I want to make sure people understand. So Fios is the only service, and we are so grateful they are our sponsors tonight, but just to educate people, Fios is really the only service that offers the same speed downloading as we can do, uploads. So tell us why that's important.
Well, for me, my family, everybody is on a computer in my household, and I mean, I don't know if it's like that in your household, but we've got over 20 computers and tablets and TVs that can access the internet. So I've got children watching shows, I've got myself doing my blogging and video editing and picture uploads. My husband's playing his computer games, Clash of Clans. So we're all a very, very tech savvy family, and with all of us going all at once, we all need like the absolute fastest, and none of us want anything slower than we need to be.
So true. So it's important to upload. Speed upload is important because now we put so many things on the cloud, right? So you're no longer at the mercy of your computer dying. So if you take a family video, I remember Sammy's graduation, preschool. Graduation is actually one of my favorite moments in her entire childhood. And that video resides in the cloud. And so being able to upload video to the cloud requires some speed. Otherwise, you'd be sitting there, you know, waiting for your video to upload hours and hours later. And that's one thing cable cannot do. And so I find that super important because we are uploading not only video, but also all kinds of images and everything up there, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you do this, but my husband can be in one room and I'll be in another. If I need to send him a photo really quickly, I'll send it to him via email, and it will get to him in like 2 seconds from here to there, and I will walk into the next room. He's got it. He's on the computer. He needs to do what he needs to do. But it's funny. We're not sending it to each other through our, computer network system. We're like sending it through email because it's faster, even faster.
Yeah, I remember my mom was visiting, and we're like Skyping and doing kinds. She's like, "Don't you guys live in the same house? Can't you just get up and do this?" I'm like, "No, because you have videos and images. I can't walk them to them. I actually have to send them somehow." And so internet speed has become this quality of life, but also the quality of the TV. So when we were able to get Quantum Fios TV, it was all of a sudden thousands of channels that I could pick from. I can listen to my Spanish channels, my soaps in Spanish, which I hadn't been able to watch in decades. And so a lot of that quality is part of what you get when you have the right service, both for internet and for your TV, don't you think?
Absolutely. And you were mentioning about watching Spanish TV. My mother-in-law watches a lot of Chinese channels and stuff, and they have like these like moon boxes and stuff that they purchase. And the speed is so, so important because they're downloading from other countries, and her being able to see this super fast as if she's watching it live from another country, it's so important to her.
Yeah, it's almost like all of a sudden, instead of having to think about, oh, I have to go out there and visit my family, although you still want to do that, sometimes you can actually bring them to you. You can actually have this, Skype sessions during Thanksgiving. And they're real time. I remember the first time my father, who saw my brother, who was in Connecticut, and he had Fios, of course, and my dad's down in this little small town in Cuernavaca, Mexico, and he's looking at the screen and he can see my brother and he's going, "That is amazing." Like, he would reach out and say, "Wow, he's right here." And that to me is such a fascinating way to illustrate how it improves the quality of your life when your family is not necessarily right there with you.
It's perfect for the holiday time too. My sister actually lives in Beirut, and even through the years, she's done things like read storybooks to my children.
Oh.
So it's been really great because she, the littlest one she hasn't seen yet since he was born. So it's been great for her just to see with the videos. Before it was just simply a phone call and he's not talking, but now she gets to see him, talk to him, hear his voice. It's really, really cute.
It's so, so true. And by the way, you not because you're here, but you do have the cutest kids. Every time I see a picture, I'm like, oh, they are just so cute. So if you feel up to it later on, post a picture of them because truly they are just the cutest. And I'm so grateful they're all feeling better now, right? After their round trip to the hospital this week.
Yes, thank you so much.
So good. One of the things that I don't want to forget is two important things about Fios that you get is you get a mobile app. So from your smartphone, you actually can control and you can watch and stream shows. Depending on the market that you live, if you're in New York, for example, you can actually watch TV somewhere else. You don't have to be home to watch your favorite channels right from your mobile app. And so that's kind of a great thing, and it's supported by most devices. And I know, Suzanne, you just got the latest router, right? What do you think of it?
that router is amazing. If everyone can do something this holiday season, it's just to check their equipment again, and if they can get an upgrade, get an upgrade. The speed is incredible.
Yeah.
Smart TV, and it streams like it's actual live TV.
Yeah, the speed of it was what blew me away. But what I love about it is that when you want to turn off access, internet access, now you can choose specific devices, right? So your kids are little, and so that's not an issue yet. But anybody that has a tween or teen, and you just want to make sure they actually are sleeping when they're supposed to be sleeping, you don't have to turn off everybody's internet access on your Wi-Fi at home. You can actually choose the devices that are just cut off for the night so they can have a good night's sleep. Isn't that amazing?
It is. It's completely amazing. And you know what? I do have a 10-year-old who lives right next door, and our internet connection is really, really great. So sometimes I can see when he logs in and he's using it when he's not supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so now it's harder to kind of sneak around and log on to that Wi-Fi connection if you have to. Now, I wanted to say that, you know, obviously you and I are longtime fans of Fios. We've had Fios way before this campaign. Both you and I worked on this campaign. We're grateful to have free Fios service from Verizon, courtesy of Verizon. But even before that, we were fans. So it was like, you know, for me, I could be on this campaign or not. I'm always talking up about Fios because why would you have to choose otherwise? And but you don't have to take our words for it. Suzanne and I are big fans. But we want to roll out a video of the PC Magazine, a completely independent source on what they think about Verizon Fios. And so I'm going to ask Marty to roll that out. And when we come back, we're going to give you the winner of tonight's Kindle Fire HDX. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Dan Costa, editor-in-chief of PCMag.com. Every internet provider says they deliver fast internet access. But how do you know the speed you're paying for is the speed you're actually getting? And how can you tell if another provider is delivering even faster speeds to your neighbor next door? Every year, PCMag surveys hundreds of thousands of users just like you to answer these questions. This year, as in the past, we found that Verizon Fios delivered the fastest connections in the country. In our tests, Fios delivered consistent download speeds of nearly 40 megabits per second. Fios also delivered upload speeds of over 20 megabits per second, which is far faster than any other ISP in the country. Verizon Fios has been the speediest ISP since we started testing in 2010. It has long been the gold standard in what consumers want in a connection: fast downloads and upload speeds that no cable company can touch. Perhaps even more impressive is how Fios customers feel about the service provider. Fios took home PCMag's 2014 Reader's Choice Award with more than 8 out of 10 users saying they would recommend the service to a friend. Although not everyone in America can be connected by Fios, those that can should know that in our tests, the service scored top marks. You can read more about how we test ISP speeds at pcmag.com/fastestisps.
And so there you have it. I should disclose that prior to Online Mom Media, I used to work for PCMag, and this is how I learned about Fios. I used to sit right next to the lab, and the folks that are the lab testers, like Dan Costa on the video, used to just rave about the service, and I would always be able to pick the best PC, the best smartphone, the best internet provider, the best TV provider, because I used to be able to sit next to the guys that had absolutely no interest whatsoever in which was the best, only to find the best. And so that's why long time ago, I said, oh my gosh, if these guys love it, I got to get internet Fios at home as soon as possible. And the other thing I wanted to say is when Sandy hit, when we were hit by that horrendous hurricane, the first service truck that actually showed up in our area was the Fios truck. And we were so grateful, although of course we needed electricity before they could actually reinstall our internet. And we used to say, I don't know, I don't miss my electricity as much as I miss my internet Fios connection. Did you get affected by Sandy, Suzanne?
Well, no, Sandy didn't hit us too hard over here in this area, but I do know many people who were. Actually, the year's previous storm did affect us pretty badly, and we had gotten everything corrected then. And FiOS came right away, redid all of our lines and everything, even for our regular Verizon service. They redid everything so the year before, so we were totally set for Sandy. But I can't say enough about the FiOS service. It is an amazing service, and even with everything that comes out, new offerings from other cable companies, nothing can be beat with FiOS.
You know, I agree, and I didn't set you up for that. I appreciate the commentary. And you have so much experience, Suzanne. I am so grateful you could spare, you know, this time and share with us your experience with FiOS, even though you had a tough week. I wish you the best holiday season. I hope you get a chance to relax, and not too many births to take you out of the house to come and help at the hospital where you are. Although if they do, I know you enjoy your job so much. Thank you.
Thank you, and happy holidays to you and to everyone watching the video recap.
Thank you so much. We're going to be announcing the winner of tonight's second Kindle Fire HDX. I'm actually going to post it just now on Twitter, and that is, let me see, Handle Chellis 437. So I'm just posting it right now. Congratulations. We are going to be able to ship these Kindle Fire HDX over to you in this next couple coming up days. So you will be able to have it definitely before Christmas next week. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being in the Life on FiOS Twitter chat. And join us because we're going to be sharing a lot of resources and a lot of great tips in general, whether you have FiOS or not, about how to make the most of your internet and your TV service at home. Thanks again, and have a very, very good night, everyone.